3, 2, 1. Ground control to Major Tom. We're back.
And this was a weird one.
Yeah, it was weird and kind of... I don't know if we'll have a lot to talk about. So, as you guys know, I love The Wizard of Oz, and there were a lot of, let's say, interesting adaptations. We already reviewed one. This will probably not be the last, Wizard of Oz adaptation we will review. This is The Wonderful Galaxy of Oz. Now, this was released in 1992. It was an anime series, and it was produced by Inoki Films. When it was released in America, however, it was released as a movie instead of a television show for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know how they were able to stretch this into an entire show.
I don't think they really succeeded.
No, and when it was released in America, it was released as a movie, and they did have the North American division that was located in LA, California. And Koei Films, they acted as a middleman between Japanese companies and other North American companies like For Kids in Japan, and oh no, I can only imagine and how badly. Yeah, this was in a period when Japanese media wasn't as popular in the States as it is now.
Yeah, this was sort of around the era of the original Dragon Ball Z dub and stuff like that. Slowly, it got better over the years. So this movie is available to find online. The original unabridged series never got a proper release besides an Arabic dub, so this is potentially lost media because it doesn't have a DVD release or anything. We found it on YouTube, because of course we did.
Yeah, the movie first, at least.
Yeah. So, Chad, I'm going to ask, what did you think of this?
It was interesting to say the least. I
guess we better get into it.
Yeah, we'll get right to it, because some of the changes they made were weird. It takes place in the year 2060, where Dorothy and the dog Toto live with her aunt and uncle on the colonized planet of New Kansas. New Kansas is an entire fucking planet. Heck. But, they get caught up in a storm, because that's how it went in the original book, but only instead of being transported by the tornado to a new world, seeing a helper robot transported, try to escape in an old rocket, where they end up on a stranded planet in the galaxy of Oz.
Yeah.
So Oz is
and then he meet
galaxy.
Plant Man,
who's a scarecrow. Oh, and his voice was so annoying.
I think they were trying to make him kind of like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, but they totally missed the mark.
Yeah, and on that same planet, they also meet the cowardly lion. And bang, bang.
His voice
bang,
is
bang.
annoying too.
Yeah. And, let's see. And we meet this woman named Gloomhilda.
Yes, Gloomhilda. She's our... Okay, so she's not our Wicked Witch. We're going to get into that later. But,
She reminded me more like the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, I kind of really wish we could have found the original episodes, just because I'm 100% certain not only is it better as a television show, but I think it's better in the original Japanese. Just because the characters are kind of boring.
Yeah, they were just standard Japanese comedic villain. And
I like her design, though.
Oh yeah, she's thick.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. And she has, bumbling sidekicks and everything. I just sort of feel like this was them trying to capitalize, on Disney, sort of. Okay, so, they are heading off to Oz instead of getting stopped by poppies and the collie dolls like they do in the book, or they do in the movie. The movie has the poppies, and the trees and stuff, but like Gloomhilda has like this robot that attacks them.
Yeah, it's like a Godzilla with drills. But
Yeah.
turns out Dorothy's suit has puffy pants that inflates, and the robot just walks off the fucking cliff as he tries to
This is a
catch her.
dumbass. Yeah, this is a dumbass robot. Stupid ass robot. So they then get somebody. I can't remember. Was it like a ship comes by and says, "Hey"?
Yeah, it's like the army
come
of
to Emerald City.
Oz, where they invite them
Yeah.
to Emerald City.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's spawning Metropolis, where the scientists of Oz, instead of a wizard, it's the scientists.
Mm-hmm. Because yeah, it's space.
And they're hoping
And
to meet the scientists of Oz, and just like in a book, the plant man wants a brain, instead of a chin man, Dorothy is joined by the robotic helper from New Kansas named Chopper, I believe.
Mm-hmm. He's very British.
Yes, he's like a diet C-3PO. And the
Yeah.
line wants courage, of course. And this is where they see a giant head and hands of the scientists of Oz. But they notice something weird as he's talking about getting the dog off of him. And Dorothy goes to the control room where it feels that Oz is a giant robotic puppet being controlled by his son.
Yeah, the Oz has a son in this. His name is Mosey.
Yeah.
Such a weird name. And also, I just want to say something. I have nothing against the like voice actors in this, but God, some of the voice acting.
Yeah,
was
I think
annoying.
I don't know if it was probably poor voice direction or something.
Probably. I feel like a lot of these like old anime, like the old anime dubbed things, I really feel like a lot of them are they suffer because of the the direction. I don't like blaming them because it's like they're doing the best they can, you know. It's not their fault this is so bad. They did what they were told to do.
Yeah, and while chasing after Mosey, they find this fucking jukebox that has a secret message from Oz himself to his son, Mosey.
What are the odds?
And he says something about there being a magic crystal that contains power to grant wishes. And they realize that they ought to get it before Broomhilda does. But turns out Broomhilda has a robotic spy flight camera. She uses it to spy on them.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, it's around this time or later that we find out about a connection. So Dorothy and her friends go to the planet where the crystal is on. And it's around this time where we find out Gloomhilda is the daughter of the Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah, she's like in a necklace.
Yeah, she's contained in a necklace she wears. Yes. And it's around this time that they find the wrecked remains of Oz, where they assume that I'm the worst. But around this time, Gloomhilda arrives. But how did they find out about this? Oh yeah, it's a crystal notifying them that the only way, and I don't know why this crystal can talk to him, that apparently it can only be attained without conflict. But Mosey assumed that Gloomhilda was the one who blew up her father's ship, fights him. And on the
Mosey's
records,
kind of dumb in this. Like it's like they said, "Hey, we don't make things worse," and he just runs ahead.
I know, but he falls into a cavern where he finds his father Oz.
What are the odds?
I know.
Like,
And as before, they can ask Oh yeah, Dorothy and friends come up and before they can ask what the crystal is, they notice Gloomhilda's spy fly. And they manage to get it, and they come up with the idea of pretending their conversation is about what the crystal is, just to throw Gloomhilda off a trail.
This is probably the smartest thing they do throughout the whole thing. So,
but
it's a good idea.
But when they try to get the crystal, they found out none of them can touch it for some reason. And did they explain how? Why?
Nope. They didn't explain. Well, kind of. They sort of explained it.
But Gloomhilda manages to touch it thanks to the power of the Wicked Witch's necklace or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's some bullshit.
So
I'm sorry. It's just this whole thing was kind of boring.
Yeah, it wasn't even bad weird. It was just boring weird. So at the last talk about a heel turn. Gloomhilda uses the crystal to free her mother, but when her mother orders her to use it to destroy Dorothy and her friends, Gloomhilda says no. This kind of came out of nowhere for me.
Yeah, again, see, like we mentioned, this was, made to be a television show, but for some reason they decided to edit it into a movie. And I looked at the Wikipedia, there's about 26 episodes, so we're missing a lot.
Yeah,
and again, it's not the fault of the voice actors, it's just, they had to do what the people told them to do, and this is what they wanted, so.
And so the witch turned into stone, and so I'm just really blanking out. I mean, this was a pretty boring.
Okay, let's just skip to the ending, because the ending is just really dumb. It's okay. So I just want to say, I really don't like how they portrayed Dorothy in this. She's way too. What's the word I'm looking for? She's too. I don't want to say Mary Sue. It's she's just too.
Childish.
It's she's a.
Perfect.
That, and also I feel
Alien.
I feel like what they're trying to do is make her like a Disney princess. She's optimistic and she's about feelings and everything, and it just doesn't seem to work for me. And here's the thing, you can do a character like that, it's just it did not work here.
Not at all.
It really didn't. And it is lacking.
Okay, so the Wicked Witch unleashes a big red Godzilla that destroys the Emerald City. Dorothy reveals that the only way to power up the crystal in order to stop the Wicked Witch is by having everyone wish us. That's how it goes in the Disney movie, apparently. And the Wicked Witch is destroyed. Gloomhilda doesn't become stone, and the part that annoys me is that the trio get the wishes fulfilled. In the original, wasn't a point that.
Guys, I'm gonna have to rant. I'm sorry, y'all know I love Wizard of Oz. Yeah. What in the fuck is this shit? Excuse me? This is no. The reason the wizard didn't give the Scarecrow and the Tin Man and the Cowardly Lion their gifts is because they
had it all along.
Yes, that's
they found it through the journey and their experiences.
Exactly. That's the point, is that they already had what they wanted. They didn't actually need it. That's the thing, is you learn sometimes you don't need to change yourself. You just have to believe in yourself. That is why, Dorothy goes on the journey with these guys, is so they can also learn that they don't need these gifts. They already have them. The Scarecrow is very smart. He just doesn't realize it. The Cowardly Lion is brave. He just didn't realize it. The Tin Man has a heart. He cares about the creatures around him. He just doesn't realize it. It's just, this is so lazy and it's so frustrating. And it's did you guys even read the books or watch the movie?
Apparently not.
I guess, I'm sorry. I'm mad. That made me so angry.
So yeah, Dorothy and the robot returns home.
They changed the voices of the lion and the plant man. I'm like, what? So because the plant man's suddenly smart, he's British?
Yeah, I don't know why.
fucking hated this. That made me so angry. I wanted to rage. But yeah, it ends. So here's the thing. I'm gonna say this. This didn't make me as angry as Journey to Oz did. Journey to Oz, I think, is worse.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like there was some new character redesigns, and I'm sure it would have been more tolerable if it was the actual series instead of being condensed into a movie.
I 100% agree. I also just thinking another thing is I will say this, I think another reason why, like, parts of it made me angry, but also after watching some of the stuff we had, I was fine with something that was just kind of mediocre, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, we'll have these times where it's like everything we watch is like really bad, it takes a lot out of us, and then we get like a nice little reprieve. So it was nice to have something that was just mid. You know, it could have been so much better, but this was fine. I really hope that maybe someday someone can find the original like series, just because I have a feeling it is a million times better, especially when it's like not all condensed.
So what would you get this on a scale of 1 to 5?
I think I'm gonna be kind of generous and give it like a 3.
Oh really? I
think this could have been worse.
I'm gonna get this a 2.
Okay. Again, I think after, like, the Mary, Kate, and Ashley with the reusing of animation and the Fearless 4, it's like, you know what? I'm fine if something is just mid. I can take something mid. All right. So, unfortunately, we got to start off with some really sad news, as usual. We got to get it out of the way. Mm-hmm. Actress Maggie Smith, known for the role of Professor McGonagall in the Harry Potter series, has unfortunately passed away at 89. Now, I did know her in the Harry Potter series, but my first introduction to her was in a movie called Hook. Oh. Hook is a retelling of Peter Pan. You know that movie?
I forgot she was Wendy.
Yes, and okay, somebody was that Buddy?
Yep, that's Buddy just scratching himself and making his bell ring.
So somebody posted this picture of Wendy, Maggie Smith, saying, "Hello, Peter." And see, Peter Pan, it was an older Peter Pan, was played by Robin Williams. So someone's like, "This is what happened in heaven." And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to cry now. Aww. So it's just, again, like, this is one of the things where she lived such a long life. She did so much, but it still sucks that she passed away, you know?
I know. And okay. Yeah, and I know she was on Downton Abbey, and my mom and my sister loved that show.
Oh, she did? I haven't watched Downton Abbey. It's one of those things I need to, you know, to watch. But, you know, this is a death that I'm not surprised, you know, affected a lot of people. So people who have paid tribute to her has been the Downton Abbey creator, Julian Fellows, Rupert Grint, who played Ron Weasley, Bonnie Wright, who played Ginny Weasley, Hugh Bonneville, he was another actor in Downton Abbey, Michelle Dockery, also from Downton Abbey, Viola Davis, Saoirse Rowan, Kristen Scott, Harriet Walker, Miriam Margolyes, who was she was one of the professors in Harry Potter. I can't remember who it was. It's been such a long time. Mia Farrow, Rob Lowe, and musician Paul McCartney. So she unfortunately, does it say? Wow, I'm trying to figure out what she. It doesn't say what she passed away from. It just says she died at Chelsea and Westminster Hospital.
I just assumed it was old age.
Well, she was
89.
She was diagnosed with something called Graves' disease, but she underwent radiotherapy and surgery. Oh wait, yeah. No. Okay, so I think probably you're right. I think it's old age. All right, yeah. Do you get this one?
And yeah, this was more recent. Chris Christopherson, singer and songwriter, dead at 88.
Yeah, this guy was someone else who had a very varied career. He wrote Me and Bobby McGee, For the Good Times, Sunday Morning Coming Down, Help Me Make It Through the Night. But he also was an actor. He starred in a a lot of like films from the 70s, like the early 70s and stuff. I think like the last thing he acted in, let me see, I'm going to his filmography. Where's his filmography? Oh no, I'm only finding his discography. There it is, filmography. Okay, let me see.
He made classics such as fucking ad popping up. Sunday Morning Coming Down. Help. Yep. Oh, sorry.
He was in A Star Is Born. I think that was the second remake. Oh, he was in Big Top Pee-wee. He played the circus, the ringleader.
Huh.
What else was he in? Oh, he was in Blade?
Wait, what?
He was in Blade. He was Abraham Whistler. I didn't know that.
Oh
the Joyriders, Detox, the second Blade movie, third Blade movie, Guy Terrifico. I'm trying to see what the last thing he was in was a movie called Blaze. So I think he kind of like retired from music. I'm gonna see. Did it say how he died? Oops. Nope. Sorry. Went too far. Let's see. Oh, he served in the military too. I didn't know that.
Oh.
Let's see. It says he just died in his home. There's no cause of death. Our thoughts and prayers are with his friends and family. Okay.
And, this.
Okay, I added this. Okay, so if you guys are not people who are on like the internet a lot, you guys probably have no idea who Mr. Beast is. So we'll try to sort of explain how would you explain Mr. Beast to someone who's uneducated, Jad?
He like a YouTube influencer and streamer is the best way I can describe him. He was also a philanthropist sometimes and started like doing release some off-brand Lunchables thing, and I guess I mean I don't really follow him that much, so
me either.
I wouldn't really say I know much about it.
See, Mr. Beast, I think, was kind of like one of the OG YouTubers who he's been around for a while. So the thing about Mr. Beast is there are two things I think he's really known for is doing really like kind of dangerous stunts on YouTube, but also doing, as Jad said, philanthropy. He would like film it, like curing 50 blind people, building houses for those who need it. And the thing is like you couldn't really say I don't like Mr. Beast, and because people would get really angry. Now, I never really liked Mr. Beast. I always kind of felt his charity was like performative a little. There was just something about him I personally didn't like. Well, a while back, Rosina Pansino, who does Nerdy Nummies, mentioned something about how she did. It was like I think they did a hide and seek game, like a big one with YouTubers. That's something he does. He'll do like, hey, me and a bunch of YouTubers do this. And she mentioned how she, I think, got like third or something place, but he changed the video. But also like she talked about how he's like really unprofessional and stuff. And people didn't believe it at first. But then
like was he oh wait, we're talking about the article, right?
Yeah, so what happened is he and Amazon were like, hey, we're gonna make a game show, but apparently working on it has been sort of a nightmare because 5 different people are now suing Amazon and Mr. Beast for sexual harassment and chronic mistreatment. It is
God.
So it says, yeah. So the lawsuit is on behalf of 5 unnamed participants who seek class action status. Like, ever since this news has been breaking, it's just gotten progressively worse. So I read a document about a lot of this stuff. So from what I'm understanding is the show was not safe. A lot of people were getting hurt. It was unprofessional. And also they didn't help people who had like medical stuff, apparently. So let me see if it goes into details. The suit demands that, failed to pay minimum wages and overtime, failed to prevent sexual harassment, created conditions that subjected contestants to infliction of emotional distress, did not provide participants uninterrupted meal breaks or rest breaks, and exposed contestants to dangerous circumstances and conditions.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that like, oh yeah, okay. While participants knew upon signing the contract at the production's inception that they were facing a potentially long and challenging competition, they alleged getting a lot more than they bargained for, said one of the attorneys. Several contestants ended up hospitalized, while others reported suffering physical and mental complications while being subject to chronic mistreatment, degradation, and for female contestants, hostile working conditions. So apparently it was really bad because I think they were filming this in Las Vegas. Someone in Vegas said Mr. B should be blacklisted.
Yeah, definitely. And
I have a feeling this is only going to get worse. No, go ahead.
On top of that, he's collaborating with Logan Paul on some kind of Lunchables knockoff thing.
Okay, so I just want to make a comment on this. There's this guy named Dan NT, I can't remember his full name, and he made just a comment like sort of being like, man, I don't get it anymore. What happened to YouTubers? Because the people who made it, it's KSI, Mr. Beast, and Logan Paul, claim it's a healthy alternative to Lunchables. It's not. And I think the reason people have been ragging on it is because it features a prime drink, which is Logan Paul's drink, and a Feastables chocolate bar, which is by Mr. Beast. So everyone's just like, this doesn't seem like you're being sincere here, you know? It's just been, things have been getting worse for him, and I think they're only going to get worse just because he's not, I don't know, it's just something about Mr. Beast is, I feel like Mr. Beast doesn't know when to apologize. He hasn't said anything yet. I think maybe probably because his like lawyer said don't say anything. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, like I don't think things are not looking good for Mr. Beast. At least not right now.
Not at all. And I think I got the next one, and
yep.
Oh, you're gonna be happy about this. Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy are getting Barbie dolls to celebrate Batman Day.
Oh my god, I'm gonna be so freaking broke. This is why being a doll collector sucks. They're always releasing new dolls. Okay, so I have seen these dolls, and I'm going to give my opinion on them. The Harley Quinn doll looks great. I know some people probably would have preferred her old outfit, but I think this one's fine. I like the details on it. I think her hair looks great. I love the mallet, the little, like, her jewelry looks great. Now, where's a picture of Poison Ivy? Ivy, where are you? I'm looking through the pics. Nope. Okay, there she is. Ivy's is... it's okay. I'm just not really a fan of, like... they did her sort of, what's it called? The small, like, like, is it a leotard?
Yeah, leotard with fishnet leggings.
Yeah, I kind of feel like they just printed out a leotard with, a plant pattern.
Yeah, leaf pattern.
It looks a little cheap, but I still think she looks decent. I think it could have been worse. However, I don't think I'm going to pay $50 for these.
Yeah, they're $55 each.
What? Nope. No, thank you. I got bills I gotta pay. As much as I really like the Harley one, I don't think. Maybe I'll ask for someone to get me one for for Christmas, maybe. But I am not going to spend that money on those. Okay. Next up, Mr. Crockett, a original horror film, is coming to Hulu October 11th. Now,
I just clicked on the YouTube link, and it's so funny to see the Disney hashtag on this. That's hilarious.
Yeah, it is weird. So this looks sort of like Mr. Crockett was like a what do you call it? Like a Mr. Rogers type. But it's a horror film, and it looks like there's like a cursed videotape. I think this is taking probably place in like the 60s or 70s, maybe 80s and 90s. It looks really good, actually.
Definitely.
I also like seeing more like black horror, like black people making horror. So I'm excited for this, but it's also kind of right up my alley. I love the kind of horror that is sort of nostalgic in a way, if that makes any sense. I don't know if it does.
Oh god, and that breathe in and breathe out he does towards the end. So fucking creepy.
This looks really good.
It's coming October 11th, exclusively to Hulu
Yep.
and Disney Plus.
Yeah, I'm good to watch it.
Same, yeah. And, oh, never thought I'd be rooting for a big corporation in this, but Nintendo is suing the creators of Power World.
Yep.
Now, for those who...
What is Power World, Jad? Can
Power
you tell
World
the people what Power World
is
is?
a survivor strategy game, which some people nicknamed Pokemon but with guns, where you, of course, capture monsters who use firearms and different skills to build, the camping settlements and occasionally eat them. Yeah, it's fucked up. And also, there's been some allegations that in order to create all these monsters designs, the team kind of fed some Pokemon into an algorithm to redesign them to be different. You there, Rooty?
Yeah, like...
Oh,
yeah, I'm there. It's like, it's really obvious they took some of the character designs and just straight up edited them and put them in the game. The game also, I think, uses AI, too.
Mm-hmm. So, Nintendo is and the Pokemon Company are officially suing them.
Which I think they should. Like, I like Dad said, I normally don't, like, support big corporations, but I think Nintendo has a right in this.
And just only a few days later, Sony announced that Power is coming to the PS5. Like, the timing could have been worse.
What bad timing! Oh, gosh. All right. So next up, we have I totally forgot the Emmys happened. The Emmy winners of 2024. All right, let's see.
Yeah, surprisingly, Disney, or more specifically the subsidiary FX, took home a majority of the awards. Like, Shogun won the most Emmys out of all the shows this year.
I don't think I've seen Shogun at all.
Okay, and for Best Comedy Series, Hacks won. Drama Series, Shogun. Lead actress in a drama series, Anna Sawai, sorry if I butchered that name, for Shogun. Lead actor in a drama series, Hiroyuki Sanada for Shogun. Best limited...
That's 3 in a row for Shogun.
Yeah. Best limited or anthology series, Baby Reindeer. Lead actress in a limited or anthology series or movie, Jodie Foster in True Detective Night Country. Lead actor in a limited or anthology series or movie, Richard Gadd in Baby Reindeer. Directing from a drama series, Frederick Io Choi for Shogun, specifically the episode Crimson Sky. Directing for a comedy series, Christopher Storer for The Bear, episode Fishes. Writing for a limited or anthology series or movie, Richard Gadd for Baby Reindeer. Writing for a drama series, Will Smith for Slow Horses. Episode...
Will Smith? I didn't know he was a writer.
Is it really that Will Smith? Hang on.
That's a good question.
Slow Horses.
We gotta check now.
It can't be. It's a British spy series, so I doubt it.
I don't. Yeah, okay. So then we have supporting actor in a limited anthology series, Lamorne Morrison Fargo. Talk series, The Daily Show.
Awesome.
Writing for a comedy series, Lucia and I'm sorry, I'm gonna butcher this name. Alilio, Paul W. Downs and Jen Scotzi for Hacks. Directing for a limited or anthology series, Ripley by Steven Zalazan. Scripted variety series, Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. Supporting actress in a limited or anthology series, Jessica Gunning and Baby Reindeer. Reality competition program. Oh, this is surprising. RuPaul didn't when it was the show The Traitors. Lead actress in a comedy series, Jean Smart in Hacks. Supporting actress in a drama series, Elizabeth Debicki in The Crown. Supporting actress in a comedy series, The Bear, Lisa Colin Haynes. Lead actor in a comedy series, Jeremy Allen White in The Bear again. Supporting actor in drama series, Billy Crudup, The Morning Show. Supporting actor in a comedy series, Ibn Moss Barak in The Bear. And is that it? Yep, I think that's it.
That's it.
Congratulations to all the winners. I still need to see The Bear. Everyone says The Bear is really, really good.
Yeah, I heard that too.
And also, I want to check out the Shogun show. It sounds good.
Oh, I remember me and John were ecstatic as hell for this.
Okay, so for those of you who, if you're new to this or you do not know us, me, Jad, and John from Super Bonus Round really like the Yakuza series. I have been watching their Let's Plays of the Yakuza series. I comment on every single video. Well, they recently released their latest game, Like a Dragon. Well, they are now releasing... This is a spin-off.
Yeah, a spin-off.
Featuring a character named
Goro Majima. Yep.
Yes. Majima is like... I think you guys described him sort of like how the Joker is with Batman.
Yeah.
Except Majima has standards. He is a Yakuza, and he's like kind of crazy, but he still has standards. Mm-hmm. And it looks like he's going to be a pirate.
Yeah, he wakes up on the beaches of Hawaii with amnesia. And that they have like a little pet tiger kitty. And apparently...
So, I know John's going to be excited for this because he loves Majima.
Yeah. And
you love Kiryu, and you love Kiryu, and he loves Majima.
Yeah, this is while the Like a Dragon series switched over to RPGs following with when Ichiban became the lead protagonist. This one's gonna be a more combat focused, like in the earlier games. Only now you play as Majima, as he fights pirates as madman Yakuza style and as a buccaneer. Yeah, so this is going to be interesting, and it needs to wait for them to use the assets from Infinite Wealth. Because after they made that big-ass Hawaiian city, you know they're going to reuse it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, and then I know you added this. So, Disney Animation shakeup. Jennifer Lee exited as Chief Creative Officer. Jared Bush takes over. So, Jennifer Lee, I think she's one of the... Was she one of the directors on Frozen?
Yeah, she was the co-director and writer.
Yeah.
She also served as a writer for Zootopia and for Frozen 2.
Yeah. So she was originally the chief creative officer over at Disney Animations, but she is stepping down so she can focus on writing Frozen 3 and 4. She's also going to... It says she's going to direct Frozen 3, but on 4 she's going to be an executive producer. And this kind of makes sense to me, because the thing is like, though, like, Frozen is one of Disney's biggest franchises, so they probably want to make sure these movies will be, you know, worth seeing in the, like, the theaters. Because I will admit, I actually thought Frozen 2 was fantastic. It's so much better than the first one, so I was really pleasantly surprised. So,
wow.
You know... We'll see, but Jared Bush also has, like, you know, he's got chops to back up what he's done. He is the co-writer and co-director, for Zootopia. He wrote Moana, and he got
and he also
Academy Award for Encanto.
And I believe he was... Oh, yeah, he worked on Kano, yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's going to be directing Zootopia 2.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, this is someone who has experience. Surprisingly, it seems like he didn't get his start in animation. He started on a horror film, but he was like an assistant. Then he started work in 2014 at Disney on Big Hero 6. And then he officially got to be able to direct in 2021.
And let's...
Wait, no.
Oh.
No, in 2016. My bad.
Yeah, he was a co-director for Zootopia. And let's see here. And we'll see how things go. I know that this might have also been a more diplomatic way for Lee to save face following some misfires at Disney Animation recently.
I kind of don't want to blame her specifically, just because I also feel like the thing is a lot of times what will happen is the people who are not animators, who don't know anything about, who are not the creative people, will interfere. I have a distinct feeling that's what happened with Strange World and Wish.
Yeah, like 8 weeks of executive meddling.
Yeah. I don't like blaming the creatives, just because we've learned in the past that a lot of times what will happen is the business people who are not creative will come in and mess things up, so.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And you added this.
And teaser trailer for Thunderbolts are released.
I'm not sure how to feel about this.
Oh yeah, and let's see. I'm not too familiar with the Thunderbolts. Some
Me
people
either.
say they're like Marvel Essentials to the Suicide Squad.
Oh, interesting.
So,
I don't even know who the. Hang on, I'm gonna check to see who's gonna be the team for this movie, because I have no idea. That's how much we know. Like, see, the thing is, I feel like both you and me have gotten a little burned out with Marvel.
Let's see here. We have.
Okay, we got.
Florence
Go ahead.
Pugh as Yelena Belova, who was trained to be an assassin and a Black Widow. We got Sebastian Stan as Bucky Barnes, aka the Winter Soldier. David Harbour as the Red Guardian, and he's like a Russian equivalent and counterpart to Captain America. We got Wyatt Russell as John Walker, who was supposed to be Steve Rogers' successor, Captain America, before being discharged.
That's right. He was in the television show, the
Falcon and the Winter
I totally
Soldier.
forgot about him.
And Olga Kurylenko as Taskmaster.
We also got Lewis Pullman as Sentry. What the heck is Sentry? Oh, and Hannah John Kamen as Ghost.
And yeah, we'll see how this turns out.
This is something I think I'm going to wait for, like, people to be like, yeah, I think you'd like it. Just because, like, I think, like I said, both me and Jad have kind of gotten a little...
it's just overwhelming with how many they release.
Yeah. I think the issue, like I've said, is just... this is coming out next year, right? Yeah, this is coming out next year. Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be another thing where there's too many Marvel releases. But also, like, I don't know. It's just, this one doesn't seem interesting to me. It could surprise me. I'm going to keep an open mind, but I'm just not jumping at the bit.
Yeah. I'm not going to be seeing this day one, maybe. Anyway.
Okay. And you added this. I haven't heard of this, but it looks like this is a horror film from Ryan Coogler.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Sinners.
Is this a horror film, or is it like a thriller?
It's a horror film from Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan.
So Ryan Coogler has been like, what's the word I'm looking? I feel sort of people have compared him to like he's like the Black Steven Spielberg or something, but this guy has made like kind of hit after hit. He's been doing really well. He did Fruitvale Station, Creed. I still need to see Creed. Then he did the 2 Black Panther movies, and now I think this is going to be, it's a horror film called Sinners. And of course it's starring Michael B. Jordan. He stars in like all of Ryan Coogler's films, but I mean, when you're good, you're good. I mean, Michael B. Jordan is so talented. He's so charismatic. So I'm fine with this. I really need to see Creed. I have not seen it yet, but everyone says it's really good. I need to see it. It looks good, too.
Yeah, it looks like it takes place in the old ruler's South.
Again, I'm really happy to see more black people in horror. I'm always for that. And I'm happy to see them, like, not be the, you know, it's like they get to be the focus of the story, not the first person who dies. So this looks good. I'm excited for this. And this might be some sad news for some of you guys, but The Simpsons Tapped Out is no more. It is shutting down after 12 years.
Yeah, I've been surprised. I completely forgot about it for years ago.
I forgot about it too.
So, a bit of history on this one. And around the time the Simpsons movie was in production, Fox signed a deal with EA, or Electronic Arts, for them to gain the exclusivity rights to develop games based on The Simpsons. It started with the Simpsons game, which was the time for the movie, and then they started a bit of controversy with Tapped Out, mainly for it being a free-to-play scam, and like one of those, like it was like a city building like The Sims, but it's like tap and wait, time management, and buy microtransactions, and
boring.
Yeah, and this was kind of satirized in the South Park episode "Freemium Isn't Free."
See, I think like you're allowed to have like microtransactions in the game, but if it makes it so you cannot play the game without the microtransactions, that's a problem. And I think that was what the issue was originally, right?
Yeah, that and its servers were down on launch.
Like a lot.
Yeah. So people are speculating that this might be a sign that EA will lose the game rights to The Simpsons, because I know Disney might want them back. Again, work with different developers and companies.
Because there were a lot of like really good Simpsons games, so maybe Disney's wanting to. Yeah, well, I mean, of course, because it's The Simpsons. They've been around for years. Yeah, so I think like a lot of people are more just, I guess, confused, not like shocked, or like, well, that seems weird. Why would they, end it now? But we'll see. Is this one yours or mine?
Oh yeah, I added this one. Let's see. The Wild Robot debuts to #1 with a $35 million opening. And
woohoo!
Yeah, this is big because it's the third best as premiere for a September animated movie. And especially for an original movie this year. Because it feels like
it's based off a book.
Yeah, it's based off a book.
It's like it. So, and it's got a 99% on Rotten Tomatoes for both critics and audiences.
Yeah, so it's playing well with both Oath. And meanwhile, Megalopolis, that big-ass experimental film from that actor, it flopped to $4 million.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's bad. It's bad.
And what makes this even more million is like Megalopolis has like a $120 million budget.
Oh my god.
And The Wild Robot has, I think, around a $72 million budget.
Yeah. People were saying, like, for an animated film, it's nice to see, like, an animated film be sort of made cheaply, because for some reason a lot of animated films cost, like, a lot, and it's like you can make animation cheaply and still make a good movie,
And also rounding out on the top 3 was Beetlejuice, which has some real legs on it. Like, so far its worldwide gross is over $370 million.
So, I want to just say something really quick. I think one of the reasons this movie is doing so well is because it's Tim Burton being Tim Burton. Like, I feel the thing is when you let Tim Burton be himself, he makes his best stuff. At least that's, like, my opinion. When you're not, like, trying to sort of put him in a box. Like, his last few movies haven't been that good, and I think part of it is just you're not letting him do what he's best at, Beetlejuice is what he's good at. Mm-hmm. Like, the Dumbo movie and that that sequel to Alice in like Wonderland and stuff like that. It's like, that's not really his shtick.
Yeah,
It's like just let
he
him
was very
do
critical
what
about
he's
his time at Disney during those films, saying he didn't have any creative freedom at all.
And it shows, like, it does show. So it's like, this is when you just let Burton be Burton. It's not, is it a perfect movie? No. It's got some issues, but I still thoroughly enjoyed it. It was fun. It's Beetlejuice, What more can you ask for?
Mm-hmm. All right, and this one, shouldn't come as a surprise. Mark Hamill is returning as the voice of Skips in regular show.
Woot.
Now, earlier this...
So we are getting... No, you go ahead.
Earlier this year at the Annecy Film Festival, Warner Bros. Animation...
Oh, that's actually a lot. Well, I mean, they should. Like, this came out, I think, around the same time Adventure Time came. Hang on, I'm gonna check real quick. But also, I think the thing is they're sort of Warner Brothers is realizing it's like, oh, we don't have any like good new shows. We're sort of boned. We need something, so they're bringing back some of their. Yeah, it came out in the same year as Adventure Time, and then I think Steven Universe came out maybe a little later. So it's like those were sort of the big three. Yeah, like the big three of Warner Brothers, and people still look back on those. Yeah, see, Steven Universe came out like 3 years later, but regular show was still going at the time. I think they ended in 2016. Again, I'm going to check. But, like, those were, like, the big three. And, like, people really look back at that era of Cartoon Network positively. People liked that era. And it's just been... Oh, yeah, that's right. It came right after that attempt for the live-action stuff. I totally forgot about that. But, see, yeah, so... Like, regular show ran for 7 years, so if they play this right, this show might have some serious legs, here's hoping, fingers crossed, like, Warner Brothers needs a hit. Yeah. So again, fingers crossed. And then I added this specifically for you. It looks so creepy. It looks so creepy. Oh, that's how you open it. There's an opening in the back. So AMC does like a lot of really cool popcorn buckets. I have the Poppy from Trolls popcorn bucket. But the Terrifier one has Art the Clown with some blood on his face and he's wearing a Santa hat. But you turn it around and that's where the popcorn is. I was like confused at first. I'm like, wait, where's the popcorn? where you get it? It's not like from his head. It's from the back. But yeah, they've been like really hitting it off with the popcorn buckets recently. Some of them are really cool. Yeah, like I think like this also just proves, like I think both of you and me have said this, if you just, if you make a good movie and you put like effort into it, it will pay off in the long run. And I also think this is kind of proving that like independent art can be super successful. It might take a while or it might just, totally take off. Who knows? So it's just, again, I also think it just is a really good proof of like horror films, indie horror films. You don't need to have like $1,000, for a horror film. Oh, yes. Yes. That's like another thing that's been talked about. It's like some of them need to pull back on the budgets for these movies. Not all these movies need to be like costing $3 million, $2 million, Just pull it back a little bit. All right, Tia. Do you want to do your recommendations first, or should I? Go ahead. Jeez. Oh yeah, it was bad. Blech. Yeah, nobody likes him. Da 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 da. Uh, very surreal. Oh, okay. I have a feeling his father is exactly like him. I also recommend it, even though I haven't played it. I love the Katamari games. It's not like they're simple, but it's not like a very serious game. And sometimes you need a game that's just kind of silly and fun and colorful. All right, my turn. So, what happens when a diver is tasked with gathering fish for a sushi restaurant? Well, he ends up discovering an ancient sea people civilization, of course. In Dave the Diver, you play as Dave, and you are diving in what's called the big blue hole that just kind of like appeared. And you start out with gathering sushi for a sushi restaurant opened by the mysterious Blanco. He has like a mysterious past and everything, and he's very serious about sushi. But then this professor comes along and says, "Hey, have you heard about the sea people?" And you start discovering stuff about this ancient sea civilization of people who live in the ocean, and it just gets crazier from there. I love the ocean. I want to be a marine biologist. So this game I felt like was made for me. I love it. It is so pretty. It has great music, but also the thing is, you can tell the people who made this also really love anime, because they like have like things that like they reference anime. Like when people eat Banko's food, they like it gets really serious and they're like being washed over by the waves or something like that. And there's one character who's like an otaku and he makes like your weapons. I love it when people who like anime put it into their stuff. It just tickles me because I get it, you know? Next is Unico Awakening Volume 1. Now we've talked about, what's his name? Osmo. Hang on, I gotta check to see how you pronounce his name. Give me just a second. Osamu Tezuka before. Unico is one of his creations. The books are like long out of print, so they decided to make a new Unico series. In this one, it starts off with Unico like he's lost his memories again, but I think it's the North Wind who saves him all the time, is trying to find a way to make it so Unico doesn't have to lose his memories. Unico can keep them. But the very, very angry and vain goddess Venus is not happy about that, and she wants Unico destroyed. It's a fun little story. I love the art, and I really am happy that they're bringing this back, because like I said, the Unico books are long out of print, so if these books do well, they might reprint them. But also the artist who did this did the art for Superman Smashes the Klan, which I also really liked. So good recommendations there. Now, since it is Halloween, or the month of Halloween, we are going to be doing the thing we usually do, is where we review, Halloween stuff, horror stuff, and we have decided to bite the bullet, and we are going to review Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Pray for us. I'm scared. Oh, I'm scared, Jad. We'll see you next time, guys. Pray for us. Bye.